we had a conversation about 2 years ago where you and I fought about a real carnival. And you were like, Europeans don't have carnival.
Yes. I was unaware that there was carnivals out here, okay? So be it.
I mean, if you think about it, the Venice Carnival was one of the first ones in the history.
That's nice, but it ain't a big one to me now.
So you thought that only Rio and Trinidad were the biggest ones?
To be fair, listen, my father was Trinidadian, okay? Y también, el nombre de Carnival de Trinidad is el mejor, the greatest show on earth. I don't care what the Ringling Brothers say. The Trinidadian Carnival is called the greatest show on earth.
I can bet whatever amount of money that you won that 90% of the people that is watching us don't even know that Trinidad has a carnival.
False. That's a negative right there. You don't think about Carnival and you think España. No offense.
No, but you think Rio de Janeiro, you think Venice.
Sí, es verdad.
But you don't think Trinidad.
Sí.
Not in this part of the world, I don't think.
Pues también en Nueva York tenemos un fiesta de para West Indians. Sí, vale. Entonces Trinidad y Tobago.
Let's clarify that. West Indians is what is called the islands, no? That are in the Caribbean. Mm-hmm. So that is Jamaica, Trinidad, Haiti too?
I'm not sure if Haiti is in there.
Anyway, and
you're asking the American to be geographically
and it's
correct?
Because this term is not well known here. That's why I'm explaining it. Okay. Anyway, these islands are called the West Indians Islands.
Okay. So please tell me about the carnival in Spain.
Okay, so we have a lot of carnivals in Spain, but we have 3 that are very famous. And they're interest of international tourism. So they're also very well known, okay? So we have the Canary Islands. We have 2, but I'm going to just resume as the Canary Island Carnival. Mm-hmm. Thank you. And then we have Badajoz.
Badajoz, okay.
And then we have Cadiz, which I believe is the most renowned, most famous one that we have, okay?
In Cadiz?
In Cadiz.
Okay.
So again, we have other ones, but these are like the most famous, and their 3 have some differences. The one in the Canary Islands is just like the one in Rio de Janeiro or Trinidad. It's all about the huge...
No.
It's all about the huge dresses, and actually they have a contest of the queen of the thingy. So I have some images of this year, so you can see some of it. They say that these dresses can weigh up to 100 kilos, like a lot. Una barbaridad.
Now, I don't want to take nothing away from this, but is there like anything else that happens besides people just walking down the street, dressed up or whatever?
Yeah, so we have the contest of the queen, right?
Sí.
And then they have comparsas as well.
¿Qué eso?
So people singing and singing with the drums and all that show with the music. Okay.
It doesn't compare. I'm sorry. I
think that you have to see it live because obviously here in the TV takes away a lot of
Probably. Pero
anywho,
go check out a carnival in Trinidad. You know what? You could even go check out the West Indian Festival in
New York.
In New York, because that happens I want to say around Labor Day, if I'm not mistaken. It's been a while. I haven't been in the U.S.
Well, the thing of the carnivals here is that it goes along with Holy Week.
Sí.
So when Carnival ends, then we have El Entierro de la Sardina, which is the thingy of the sardine.
Lent or
yeah, and then Lent Star.
Right.
And
I believe in Trinidad we do it before Ash Wednesday,
Yeah. So Wednesday, right. Okay, all right.
Good. So my thing is, what is the reason that you have Carnival? What does Carnival symbolize for you guys then?
So Carnival is to celebrate right before the Christian, all being saints and out of sin and everything. So here's the thing, and that's why it's so important to talk about these 3 different carnivals, is because each represents something different. So while the carnival in the Canary Islands is all party and spectacle and show and blah, blah, blah. Spectacle and beauty and all that, the one in Badajoz, as far as we have heard from our viewer Nazaret, by the way, thank you for all the information, Nazaret, it's about like the people is coming out to the streets, and they also have comparsas. They have people like singing and having the irony songs and everything, but it's more about people coming into the street together. Everybody get dressed, even if they're not part of one of the groups. They come dressed up and they all go outside in the streets and party, and it's a big celebration, and it's like tiro la casa por la ventana. It's all fun. And then the Cadiz one, even though they have some of those elements, Cadiz is very well known because they say everything they can say throughout the year. And I'll tell you a little bit of history. Back in the dictatorship time, they try to cancel the carnival in Cadiz because the groups in Cadiz used to come out and say all the bad things that the government was doing, or complain about the social politicians, like everything that would happen to the people. That was the time to like speak up and say it in words, singing.
Then I understand why Cadiz is the best. Then I understand.
And so they try to cancel them, and they were very perspicaces, they were very smart, so they try to hide the words of the lyrics in a way with double sense, so people could still complain and do everything that they had to do, but in their own way. And obviously that evolved, and today they have no pelos en la lengua. They like spit it out. So
that's good, because I'm obviously going back to the Trinidad one. See, for Trinidad, and I believe, I can't remember when it started. I believe it was 18th century, something like that. But, and again, this is all the stuff. I have gone to Trinidad maybe 3 times in my life, so I'm not as adept in the culture as my father, obviously. And so, but it's only what my father taught me and stuff like that. So I still have love and respect for it. So seeing these carnivals, I love that you guys can express your culture and, have fun with it. It's especially how Cadiz does it. But for us, and I'm saying for us in Trinidad, I know. It was from what my father told me, I believe it started back like French settlers or whatever in there, but then it was about like from the slaves being freed and everything, so it was like more of a celebration of freedom, liberation, and kind of like the identity that they had then. So for me, that has more gravity than just, hey, let's just have a party,
Well, it's not just have a party, it's a party before land, so it's
pero es
and it comes from the...
Lo siento. Para mis amigos de Estados Unidos y también toda la gente hablar en inglés, yo necesito practicar mi español.
Sí.
Y I need to get my my Spanish good. No he practicado mucho, y también yo necesito. And the goal for me is to do a full episode in Spanish. So, vale.
That's the gift from Carnival.
Like watching like the parades here, like I see, for me it looked like a regular parade, and that was, and I know there's music, and because you see the people walking and everything. In the Trinidad Carnival, you can't just walk
because it's packed.
One is packed, but I'm talking about even the people that's in the parade. They're dancing. You got the ones playing the steel drums.
Same here.
There's choreography, and I mean,
it's the same here.
Didn't look like it just now.
That's what I'm saying. You have to look at it.
I'm just saying.
We're there, but yes, there is choreography. There's drums. There's loud music. Every carroza has their own music and everything. So sometimes it's like, okay, I'm hearing 20 songs at the same time.
I don't know how many Trinidadians actually see our videos, but if you in the comments, light it up.
Let me show you some of the chirigotas, which is how it's called in Cadiz.
Chirigotas?
Chirigotas. And I picked 3 that are going to make you have a reaction for a reason, okay? So the first one, this group is just making a homage?
Homage?
A homage, like a tribute.
Yeah.
To...
Stephen Hawkins?
Stephen Hawkins. So the thing is
you guys have no filter.
No.
None whatsoever.
That's the beauty of the Cadiz Chirigotas, is that they whatever comes into their mind, like they speak it out loud. Like it doesn't matter. You're going to see some that are like crazy. But so the good thing, everything comes with a good cause, right? So they're going to donate all these wheelchairs to people in need, handicaps in need. So, everything is not just about like making fun or anything. It's actually, this is like a homage, you say?
Like, yeah, you
A
pay homage,
tribute.
tribute to them.
They're paying a tribute to Stephen Hawking and how life is for people that is in those conditions. So
No filter.
no
Okay. No
filter.
filter
There's no
whatsoever.
limits.
And I'll be honest, I like things like this because I don't mind look and I don't want this to sound negative. Like I don't mind necessarily, jokes like this or even like and I hate to say this, I probably shouldn't, like racist jokes. Like if it's coming from a funny place, the stereotypes, like I'm all for it. I feel if there's no maliciousness behind it, celebrate it, have fun, and go with it. But
I love that you're giving me the cue into the next video because a lot of Americans are going to watch this and they're going to say, oh my God, no, this is bad. Spaniards are horrible. They should all go to hell.
that's very, very deep right there.
Be right back. So the lyrics are like super deep, but you have to understand Spanish and you have to understand the humor, right? Like it's super deep. If you think about it, the image, all these guys are white people.
Yeah.
So this is blackface.
Yes.
But they're denouncing racism in Spain.
So I would like to go back to my previous statement.
So what do you think? Because you got the idea of this, right?
Yeah,
Now
yeah,
all
yeah.
dress up like Nico Williams, the famous football player that is like getting us so many awards and recognition everywhere. Yet some people there to say that he's not a Spanish just because he's black. But he's a black Spanish. Like, he's in the national team. He is in the Barca. He has been like, he has raised in the Basque country. So
Here again, I know I might be one of few, but this here doesn't bother me. Like
it shouldn't.
and again, when there's no malicious intent behind it, I'm all for it. I think a lot of our personal stereotypes and stuff that represent our cultures that others might find a bit extreme, like I find some things in Spain extreme, of course. But at the end of the day, I think if you can have fun with it and just celebrate it, and also at the same time educate, I don't have any complaints at all about this. Listen, I love the movie Tropic Thunder, and I think what was his name, Robert Downey Jr. did a fantastic job.
That's the one that he did the
The
blackface.
blackface, yes. And I can watch that movie anytime. That to me, again, no malicious intent, just having fun and being able to celebrate something. This here, I think, perfect. Yes, if you did this in the U.S., everybody is done. That's it.
But what do you think? Like the message and the intent and everything, because obviously the costume is one thing.
Yeah.
That's one thing. Okay, they're painting their faces in black, whatever, and they're like with the selection T-shirt of the football team. But what do you think about the message? Because you read some like.
Yeah, I seen the message is funny. The message is hilarious, and the thing that you guys can just go out there and just like say this,
Reivindicate things.
and this is also in Cadiz.
Yeah, this is in Cadiz. This is the Chirigota de Cadiz.
I think we might have to move to Cadiz now.
And they're called los legales, the legal ones.
The legal one. Oh my God. This one I think you guys found a level like, we can push it this far, but then it just goes way over.
And both in Cadiz and Badajoz, there are contests with comparsas, chirigotas, murgas. Like they select which ones are the best ones. And a lot of them, again, are call irony to the government or to the politician atmosphere environment that we have right now, like with the extreme right and racism. There is one chirigota actually that talk about how dangerous the world still is for women, like when you go out by yourself, and like it was really eye-opening. I didn't put it out because there's too many, right? But like no tienen desperdicio, like they're like amazing, like the comment and everything.
Like I appreciate that because that topic alone by itself is a very long extended topic. Even though now, because I know we did a video about frases.
Sí.
Y tú dices una frase, something about algo de 100 años.
Ah, sí. That video hasn't come out yet.
Okay. Yeah, well, just know I didn't say it in the video, but I'm saying it now. Racism, okay? And
Why? No hay mal que dure 100 años, ni cuerpo que lo resista.
Oh yeah, because let me go call all my black community, let them know, guys, don't worry, racism died centuries ago. It didn't last.
Just after 100 years. Okay, I have one last video because this is against Trump.
Oh,
And
bring it.
I know you don't know much about what's going on in the U.S. lately, but this is funny, and it's very short.
Donald Trump no piensa prohibir la arma porque es una besota. A él la bala entra por una oreja y le sale por la otra.
Listen, I don't know how you guys can do it. You can talk about someone being shot while taking shots at that same person. So,
But, like there were a lot of chirigotas that talk about Donald Trump, but I found this one to be really funny because he actually got shot in the ear.
Allegedly.
Well, yes, allegedly. Well,
But-
he got shot, but
I mean, there's again, I say no filter. But for me, I enjoy this. This to me is funny, and I think it's kind of necessary in life and in the
Yes.
world. Like to be able to go and have fun, to celebrate something, to make fun of things.
to call things out
Yeah.
in a civilized way, right? Like this is fun. We make fun of ourselves, and we know we make all these mistakes and all.
I'm still wrapped up on the Stephen Hawkins one. Like
Really?
I know I should be thinking about the football one,
Yes.
but the Stephen Hawkins one, like that's effort. That's time and effort,
Yeah.
along with painting your entire body black. So listen, I don't know where to go with this. You guys have a way with doing things that the rest of the world may not be able to handle. I know the U.S. couldn't handle this.
Yeah, I don't think that everybody has the maturity to handle this kind of thing. Anywho, we have to go to a carnival next year. Unfortunately, we couldn't go this year. They last like 10 days, I believe, 10 to 12 days.
Oh, that's good.
So we'll be able to either go to just one or to maybe go to two of them. But for those that are watching us and you either are from one of these cities or that you have gone to a carnival, you want to add some information, that would be great because I only told you like the surface
Okay.
of the carnivals.
So the surface seems very deep by itself from what I've seen. And for anybody outside of Spain, bienvenido, ¿vale?
Are you ready to paint your face white?
Paint my face white?
I mean, you can do black, so
Who am I supposed to pretend to be?
I don't know.
it's-
Racist, fascist.
Racist.
Ooh, the orange Cheeto.
No, I ain't doing that one.